right, how you doing, folks? We are back for the Friday YouTube duplicate game. I am here to grind through these hands, and I am starting this week from the West player's chair. And as the last few weeks in this series, I've gone 3 boards at each chair. I'm going to start with West, and I'm just going to go clockwise around the table. So on board 1, I can see that my partner's opened a heart, and just to give you a little look at where we are on the table, this is where you find that on Bridgebase if you're playing on there, folks. It gives you kind of the board number, and then it puts the information that you're usually going to need, who the dealer is, and also when these tiles are white, not vulnerable, and when they're red, vulnerable. Okay, so here we are. 1 heart passed to us, and we see that we have 11 high card points, and we have heart support. So how do we show this hand, folks? What do? We actually make the forcing 1 no trump bid first. Or if you're playing semi-forcing no trump, same exact concept, right? We don't have a bid we can make right away. If we bid 2 clubs, that's game forcing, 13 or more total points. We don't have enough to do that, right? We have an invitational hand and nothing more, so we have to start with 1 no trump. This is that catch-all. Even in the semi-forcing variety, this is where we are showing a hand that is between 6 to 12 total points, right? So here we have a lot of range, and we can show up to invitational later. But before we get a chance to do that, our partner makes a pretty amazing bid for us. They bid 3 diamonds, which is a jump shift. It's a very strong hand with diamonds and hearts. And wow, we happen to have really excellent holdings in both of those suits. We have ace third of hearts, we have king third of diamonds, and our partner's 2 best suits. We were planning on giving a limit raise with 3 card support, but now we want to show heart support, and oh good, it keeps this as that. And notice, this should make sense to you. If partner's making a game forcing bid, and we were going to bid hearts next to show delayed support, what would the options be here? And it might be counterintuitive, but because this is a game forcing bid, the 4 heart bid for the robot should be weakish. Yeah, there it is, 6 plus, but less than 10. Whereas the 3 heart bid, and this should make sense logically for the robot, good job on their system agreement here. We get to stay low, right? We get to at least explore slam from this point, and we want to communicate that we have this hand. So this is a nice luxury, and let this be a lesson to you folks. If you're playing with the robot, or if you're playing against them, make sure you mouse over your bids, only with your robot if you're mousing over your own bids, but always on theirs when you're playing against them. But here, 3 hearts is what it's going to mean. Partner's going to bid 4 hearts, and God, man, it's very hard for me not to want to try to bid a slam after partner makes a game-forcing bid and I have this hand. The problem is I have queen third and queen fourth in the black suits, so I don't really have anything to say unless I wanted to bid like 5 diamonds here and show the... I don't have the ace of diamonds, I have the king. That's brutal. I wish I was playing with a human partner. After we bid 3 hearts, partner didn't make a control bid, right? The one thing that gives me pause here for the robot at least, they could have bid 3 spades, they could have bid 4 clubs, and we did, in fact, get to show 11 to 12 balanced. And the robot still chose to do it this way. I'm a reluctant passer here, and let's hope partner's not tabling the monster. And it looks like we're on a finesse for slam, it looks like. And it's going to be a spade finesse. Looks like we have a club loser if they get off to a club lead. And then we may have to finesse a spade. That lost, that's a good thing. And now do we just have a club loser? And once again, this is the robot playing, and we're going to critique their play afterwards. This is a fun exercise. So we let the robot play very fast, and then we'll come back in. And notice, looks like partner's jump shift was certainly based more on their shape than it was their high cards. They had 6 hearts and 4 diamonds. So what they did, they game forced, and then they said, okay, I'm not willing to bid any further. As it turns out, it is, in fact, on a spade finesse if they get off to a club lead. And even if they don't, and the spade finesse loses, they should be able to cash a club. On this hand, folks, we can't pitch, or the pitch we had 4 good diamonds in this hand and only 3 in this one. So the pitch we get to pitch 1 card from this hand. How are we doing with that one? Yuck, yuck, right? Nothing good over here, folks. We were not pitching anything worthwhile. And the only possible way we could do something dangerous here is if the spade finesse lost and they didn't cash a club, we might be able to pitch this on the queen of spades. But, I mean, that's a heck of a lot to hope for, especially if you're going to be bidding a slam. So the North player here, not the North player, our partner, the one across from us, the East player, did a pretty good job of slowing down after they game force, but they might have gotten us to bid too much in this situation, folks. Interesting hand to deal with for East. You open a heart usually and you rebid 2 diamonds with this hand if you don't think it's strong enough to game force, and you know it's not too far from it. I don't know if I would game force. I would want my hearts to just be a little better. Maybe put that jack of spades in the heart suit. But, you know, I can't blame the robot for wanting to bid a lot with this sort of hand, 10 cards in those red suits. And let's just take a look at how the robot played it or how the defense went really quickly. All right, and just notice that the East player is the one that's playing this contract, folks, and that's the person on the right side of the screen. So here, when we see this, we notice that they lead a diamond here, and you can't really blame the South player, right? They hear this auction. They may lead a trump sometimes, but that seems like it might not be necessary in this sort of hand. They don't want to lead the king of clubs or away from it. Same with the spade suit. So they chose kind of a passive diamond lead. Can't blame them on that one. That's a good choice. For our purposes, it did nothing, right? It didn't halt our plays at all. And this is a sort of hand where when you look at these East-West cards after the opening lead, folks, you have the same strategy you always would. There's no reason for you to be trumping in the shorthand. In fact, we noticed right from the very start, the West player's hand was flat, right? It was 4-3-3. You're not taking any roughs in that hand. You're going to get to the business of drawing trump. And then on this deal, you're going to try to take a spade finesse. And if that's successful, you'll take 12 tricks. And if not, you'll take 11. Most of the time, especially if they figure out to cash a club by then. And after leading a diamond, they should figure that out. And we'll notice the way the robot played it is they drew trump. I would always cash the king of hearts first. Just a good habit to get into. Even on this hand, you're missing the jack and the 10 of hearts. Just cash from the side that has 2 first usually. It's just best for your long-term card mechanics. And here, high card short side, low towards the king of diamonds or 10, so that they can play the king and overtake it back in their hand, or they can just be funky here. And now, sorry, they had to do it this way because they haven't taken their spade finesse yet, folks. So here they play low to the spade. I would have taken this earlier and left that diamond entry just in case it loses and they don't play a club. Right, so watch this. Let's say we kept that diamond there, right? Which is good because now we can play a spade to the jack. And let me get rid of this here for now. Right, so here we could play a spade to the jack, and let's say that lost to the king. But now they just decided, I don't know, to lead another spade, or maybe they let a diamond. Now we get to or the diamond would kind of mess this up if we played this many diamonds already. But here we at least, if they led like a spade, we'll get to cash, lead towards this, and then pitch away a club. But I think the robots know that they're not going to make that sort of mistake. They know who they're playing against, basically a mirror of themselves. So here it wasn't going to make any difference. They ducked this. They took a spade finesse. It lost. And now it just goes spade back to the ace. And here, if we had that diamond entry still, and they did it that way, folks, we were going to get to pitch a club. But here we can't do that. Right? Locked in that east hand, so surrender a club at some point. This is a hand that if you took 12 tricks, you might have said, hey, should I be in a slam? And the answer for East-West is no way, folks. You don't want to be in a slam on a finesse, right? You want to be like 70% plus in slams. This would be a 50-50 shot, and that is bad for business, folks. Make 6 and 4. And get your better scores that way. All right, let's take a look back at number 2. We're sitting west, and sorry, I haven't dealt the hand yet. Here we go. Ooh, nice. You know what I'm doing, folks. Should open a no trump 100% of the time with this hand. You have 14, but you have ace, king, jack, 5th of a suit. It is way worth this bid. And now I'm going to double as long as it's going to be lead directing. Here I get to open a no trump, and then I get to explain my hand further by doubling an artificial bid. And how do I know it's artificial? Well, the robots play Capoletti. This is a single suited hand, and this 2 diamond bid is artificial completely. It says, hey, partner, tell me your single suit. So when there's an artificial bid out there and we double it, we are saying lead this suit. More appropriately, we're showing length and strength in the diamond suit. Now we've almost completely described our hand. And look what we get from partner when we do that. They compete to the 3 level in diamonds. Are we going to buy it? Let's see. Yes. All right. There we go. And now the rogue gets to play it. Great. Great, great. We did all the beautiful work by stretching to open a no trump and then showing our diamond lead direction, which gets partner to bid diamonds. And they get the glory by having to play this hand. Let's hope they did well. I still see a lot of trump coming out of right-hand opponent's hand. That's not the best thing. All right. Looks like down 2, and they say down 2 is usually good bridge if we're not vulnerable. Let's take a look at the results screen over here and see how our robot friend played it, number 1, but also what the possibilities were for our opponents, the north-south players, on this hand. So here, the 8 of hearts opening lead. Weird that they played the king, but I guess they're assuming ace queen is offsides. You can't blame them. That opponent there was the person that showed hearts, right? So from this player's perspective, right, the declarer over here, they see this player leading a singleton or a heart, excuse me. They have 4. This player has 2, and these overcalls are usually 6-card suits after no trumps. So here, it should be obvious that it's shortness for sure. The ace-queen is super likely to be there. And if it's a doubleton and their queen is there, they certainly would have led the queen. So the robot's just kind of making a normal play here. 8 of hearts, king, ace, and now they cash the queen. And what did south pitch? They pitched a spade. And now it went ace of clubs. Interesting. They just start getting rid of their clubs. Jack of clubs. I mean, they set up all their tricks, right? They should take the first 5 in this exchange. There it is. And now they shouldn't have... Oh, take a look. Good job, robots. Look at this amazing play here. So they get to this point. The 13th club is in the south player's hand. The only hope that they really have for taking an extra trick is if specifically north does have that queen of diamonds over there. And here, if it goes 10 of clubs, they don't know, the east player doesn't know that it's right to play the ace of diamonds here and then play the king and the queen is falling singleton, right? They're taking an interesting finesse here, right? They have no clue that that's happening for them, right? So when this 10 of clubs is played, they could, as we can see, double dummy. They could hop ace and then plunk down the king and the queen will fall and then the rest will be amazing. They have no clue that's happening, right? So let's back this off here and see what would happen if we let them play 2 hearts, which was, let's say we opened a diamond, first of all. It was going to go a diamond, a heart, and then, sorry, let me get to the right screen over here. We were going to open a diamond. It would be a heart. This player maybe bids a no trump. And then they could balance with 2 hearts. I would guess the robot would do that usually here. And the question is, well, they're going to lose a couple spades, maybe a spade ruff. A heart finesse wins, but they still probably lose 2 hearts, 2 spades, and a diamond if they guess clubs right. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how you guys did on this hand. If we did open a diamond, though, if East doesn't bid a no trump, they're certainly going to raise diamonds. And then East-West might just get to play 3 diamonds anyway. Interesting hand. All right, I wish I don't get actually a stream of your results afterwards. So if you want to leave in the comments what you guys did on board 2 or what the common result was, I'm interested to see if 3 diamonds down 2 would be in the mix for good or bad results. All right, let's take a look at number 3. Here we go. Well, last time to sit west on this deals. And here we are with an 11 count, a flat 11. What are we doing here, folks? I'm a passer. I need a reason to open 11s. If I'm playing in a higher level event with this hand, I would tend to open it, I would say. Especially with a good partner who I know can declare hands. This time, I don't really have any need to open this hand. I'm 4-3-3. I don't have ace, king, ace. I'm kind of scattered values, but they are chunky together. Ace, ace, and then queen, jack. So it's not the worst hand, but I'm hoping to either make an invite later or get in here in some sort of way. And this may be good for us anyway. Hiding this hand is sometimes just as good. If the opponents are going to play a high-level contract, we won't pinpoint a lot of these values for them. So here we're just going to continue to pass. Hopefully you notice we are witnessing a Drury auction. 1 heart, 2 clubs. Hey, partner, I have an invitational raise of hearts and at least 3 of them. All right, so that is what the robots are doing here. We're out of this process. 2 diamonds is just an artificial, hey, I have a good hand, partner. It says I have a full opener, but it also says I'm not sure if we have game yet if you just have your minimum invite. And now they've decided to just park it right here in a 2-heart contract. And that leaves me to recognize something terrible about myself here. We have done a terrible job at showing you the trick count so far. Apologies, folks. I can't do this till the tournament starts, and sometimes I just get so into the bridge that I forget the one important piece of the setup, which is our current status, which is 2 hearts, folks. 2 hearts by the North player, who is sitting over there to our left as we're sitting west here. So here we go. Diamond to the king, and the first thing I'm going to do before I do anything else, I'm going to get a lay of the land, see what's happened, and see what I can determine. I see that the dummy has started with 10 points. The king of diamonds is coming from dummy here, right? So they started with 10 points here. I had 11, and an ugly 11 at that, but it was still 11. And the West player opened, but then, folks, they showed a full opening hand, right? So let's give them 13, right? I don't know if it's a full 13, but, you know, we're ballparking this. And it's not just the opening bid they made, because that was 3rd seed. It was the opening bid and the response to Drury that they made. I wouldn't imagine more than 13, so maybe, you know, a solid 12, they might do the same. But here, 24, 34, that means partner has about 6-ish points over there. That should be a reliable average, and we would expect, based on the fact that Declare is playing the king here, I don't expect partner to have the queen of diamonds, so I expect partner to maybe have some points in spades or in clubs on this one. And it looks like we're going to get a couple of stabs at it. I'm going to play the ace of diamonds first. And my choices are the queen of spades or a low club. Either are appealing, to be honest to me. And let's see, a heart, 2 clubs. Yeah, they just bid 2 diamonds, which is nothing. Yeah, let's play a club. I'm going to play the 7 to discourage a further lead. In the middle of a hand, or when you're breaking a suit after the opening lead, the higher your card led, the less likely you want it returned. If you lead low, such as like a 4th best lead, we certainly are looking for that to be returned, and here we kind of described that we weren't. Now we played low, second at low first, now we're taking this ace of hearts. And here I'm encouraged by what happened in clubs. I mean, lefty might just have the king, but maybe we're setting up a slow trick for partner. I'm really not worried about anything going away on this hand, right? They're just going to be taking the tricks that they're taking on this deal, folks. And we'll see where those are going to be. All right, partner wins that 10 of spades. We'll let them do that. Hope they have a safe exit over there. Okay, good. Looks like they just have spades. And Declare had king, queen, blah, blah, blah of clubs. So the beauty of our switch is that it really didn't make a big difference, right? The thing we're trying to avoid is just giving up or blowing a trick in these situations. And it appears that the Declare blew a little bit of a trick here by hopping king of diamonds. If they guess diamonds correctly, it is super important that I switch to a spade instead of a club on this one. So here, a little lucky that they got the diamond suit wrong, right? And let me show you what I mean by that. On this opening lead, when it goes diamond, king, right? Now our partner just has the queen over there, right? I'm not sure why they think their robot partner will underlead an ace, but maybe that's something telling us that that's a more normal robot lead now. Here, though, this is much different if it goes 10 and I win ace, because now they have an ace of clubs entry to dummy, and they have a cashable winner, which means they could now pitch away a loser in their hand, which would be a spade here, right? That spade would just go bye-bye in their hand, and now instead of losing 2, they only lose 1. So match point win, we hope, just by taking our 4 tricks on this hand. And if we look at this, that should be all we're entitled to. In fact, we're supposed to have let them make 1 over, and that's exactly what we're supposed to, and that's exactly what we did. All right, so let's jump over to the north chair now. We started west. We're going to now sit north, so I'm going to reposition myself before I deal this next hand, and we're going to be right here. And there we are, sitting north. Wow, interesting. Putting us right to the test with hand number 4. Our first hand as the north player, and we're in second chair past us, and this is our hand. This, folks, is a good suit. I know some of you are saying, what are you talking about? That doesn't look like 2 of the top 3, 3 of the top 5. This guy's crazy. No. This is a terrible suit if it's queen XXX, but when it's queen 10 9 8, I mean, it's not a great suit, but it's an okay suit. This is a great hand to preempt with, though, because of the shape of its values, and I don't mind having this kind of side parked honor structure here, which may really confuse the opponents if we end up defending in this situation that we have these cards. So as much as some of you might hate this suit, I love it. I'm in a very disciplined spot, but I have a hand that I would just be preempting in any situation. I wish that my ace of clubs was in the heart suit, sure, but I can't be that picky here. So now we have to remember that when we double, we are done, folks. We're done, done, done. And now I wish we could double and tell partner not to lead hearts. We want a club lead, but we're probably getting a heart lead, which isn't too bad here, I guess. I mean, let's find out where the jack of hearts is. Yeah, it's to our left. Not shocking. All right, here we go. Diamond to the king. Seven of spades. Let's hope we're just giving them a really bad break in these cards. I'm going to start pitching hearts. There we go, partner. No, okay. Uh-oh. That could be bad, folks. I pitched one too many hearts, I think. I think I unguarded my heart. Partner only had one. No! Partner didn't figure out to lead clubs, unfortunately. And that is the problem with preempting. Here comes my... This is... Yeah, I don't want to look. This is my disaster right here. There's no way they should take this trick. I should be taking that trick, folks. So I booted a trick on defense, and here this should be a club. Okay, good. Oh, no, not so good, right? Good and bad. If we get off to a club lead, at some point, I'm going to be forced to kind of hop ace anyway and reveal that position. But I don't think we're going to get that opportunity when partner still has the ace of spades. Yeah, folks. So here, I needed to not preempt hearts, right? And here's the folly or the error of my ways here. When I decide to preempt in that north player's chair, I'm kind of just guaranteeing the lead we're getting, which I'm not terribly upset about when I have a reasonable position in this suit and entries and clubs. But I've convinced partner to not lead a heart when maybe they would have led a club in other circumstances, and now we're just beating it, right? If I show you this, a low club lead, we should still be able to lead through that jack. No, I guess we're only equaling it. These spots, I guess, are going to be somewhat meaningful at some point over here, because the dream situation is just a low club to the ace. We see the king fall. We avoid leading a club again and let partner get in at some point with that spade and lead a club through. But I think we're only going to be able to do that once, so we're going to get 3 clubs and 1 spade, unfortunately, and not all of them. Too bad, right? If the honor position was a little different, we can do slightly better. But that is why we maybe sometimes don't preempt with suits that are this quality. But again, I like this sort of quality suit. Even with a break like this, the worst case scenario where partner has no honors and it breaks badly, we're still only losing 3 heart tricks in this situation. And, with that outside position in clubs that has some strength, that can be worthy of a trick or two as well. So let's get back, let's redeal, and let's see what's happening on board number 5. Our second hand as the north player, and this one's an easy choice. Ooh, 1 spade, double 2 spades. We would have had to have bid if the right-hand opponent there didn't bid 2 spades, but now that they have, we are out. Pass, get me out of here. And now we're defending 2 spades. Interesting choice by partner here. We're vulnerable, and I don't see the robots do this too often, but it's usually not the best to let the opponents play 2 of a suit they have a fit in a match point situation. Now, I'm not sure the robots even know we're playing in a match point situation here, but it's usually right to be balancing. But in these situations, vulnerable, these are the times where we really do need a good hand to be showing this here. I'm going to, hopefully this is a discouraging diamond. I'm just going to try to tell partner I would like a spade or club at some point, and here it comes. Okay. Weird choice of leads. 9 of clubs. Okay, they have some clubs over there. All right. We might have just given declare some tricks, but what else are we going to do? There's a marked finesse afterwards if we duck it. Or at least one they will take. Yeah, the robot has The robot has the rest of the responsibility on this hand, folks. This is not something you should still be engaged in these situations, right? You want to be kind of counting and figuring out what's going on in the hand, because it's just really good practice to do that. However, it's okay to also recognize that partner has control of most of the cards in this hand, and they're going to be the ones taking all those tricks after we get that king of clubs out of our hand. And here, those tricks were making 3, and that looks like about all we're entitled to, right? We're going to be giving them in these situations just all of the tricks they're entitled to, right? Nothing we have. Their spade position is super powerful, right? No losers here. The heart position we didn't solve for them, but they did a reasonable job of solving themselves, right? And let me show you what they did there. This was the one situation that could have been dicey for them, but they ended up just playing these clubs, getting a little diamond, and then at some point they just led a club towards their 10, right? And now, boom, they do really well in the situation. If they led towards their queen, now my jack will score a trick, right? So that's why it's important as well to hold on to those hearts, right? You might think that this is a worthless position because it's not covered, but when they have to play hearts themselves, right, and they don't guess it right, we may realize a trick. So well done, robot, to make 3. I would guess they would have done better than a lot of the field on this hand, so we would have scored poorly, I think, on this one. All right, number 6 is coming up next. Let's see it. Last chance to excel is the North player. And we're dealt a no trump right on schedule. Let's dance. 2 clubs, 2 spades. Ooh, just a normal invitational hand. I do not accept. I have 15, and I have no extra values in my hand, meaning shape and or anything else I equate as being more. Ooh, interesting. Count your winners. Always start there, folks, and I would count 5. I have 4 hearts and 1 spade. However, I see a lot of extra tricks in clubs, so I would start there. And I also see a potential source of extra tricks in diamonds. I'm going to play the 10 of hearts. I'm going to let that win. And this just maybe makes it look like left-hand opponent did lead away from the king here, right? So we're just taking a normal finesse. Love seeing that. They hop up with their ace. What will they switch to? Oh, fine. Let's go. Now, folks, we've set up clubs. We have hearts to take. Where could we take extra tricks? And is it worth exploring extra tricks? I would say it is. And let's verify, though, right? Trust but verify. We have 2 tricks in the bank. And just because we're in 2 doesn't mean we stop looking for extra tricks, folks. Don't worry. Oh, hey, we're in 2. We don't need any extra. We just need 8. No, I mean, we want to take as many as possible, especially if we're playing match points, which is what the YouTube Friday duplicate is all about, match point game. So here we have 2 tricks in the bank. We're going to take 3 more in hearts. That's 5. 2 more in clubs, that's 7, and the ace of spades, that's 8. Where else could we take extra tricks? Looks like diamonds to me, folks. And how many could we take? Well, a lot, possibly, but at least 1 we're hoping. Could we lose too many in the process, folks, if we try to play diamonds right now? The answer is no, we can't, right? At least not yet, right? So we're going to give this a try. Low to the king worked. Wow. Now we just have an embarrassment of riches. 3 winners. Now we took a 4th. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, my goodness. Too many. All right. So now when we have all these tricks in the bank, we eventually have the time where we start taking our tricks, right? So here I'm just going to start playing my winners. And at the end, maybe we'll have an interesting way to play the rest of our cards. We have no problems pitching from our own hand. And now the decision is, do we just take our spade, or is there something else fun to do? I would just be taking my spade here, folks. I'm happy I took 9 tricks in a 2-level contract. That's a lot of over tricks, and that should be pretty good considering we started with only 4 or 5 winners, right? So the process is the same on every single no trump declare play hand, folks. It can be much, much simpler at high levels, right, when you have lots of tricks. Or it can be way more difficult at like 1 no trump when you have 20 opposite 20 with you and the opponents, right? So this hand happened to be very straightforward. We had 4 heart tricks, 1 spade for 5, and we had a clear source of extra tricks in clubs. And then when we got those, That decision point is where a lot of players fail, or not fail. You just fail to get greedy, I suppose. And what I mean by that is once you've secured those extra tricks and your contract, you can also dip back into that well. Is it safe to look for extra tricks? And if it is, go for it, right? Until it's not safe, right? And it becomes not safe when the opponents can take more tricks on defense than they would be able to take if you just rip off the rest of your winners. Okay? I hope I didn't go too deep into that, but that is just classic no trump play in a nutshell on board 6. I'm going to snap over to the east chair right now, and we are on board number 7. 1 club, pass, 1 diamond to us. This is a hand and a suit that I would never preempt with, and notice the massive difference. I actually have 1 extra heart than the hand I had before. However, I have queen. Yuck, 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 yuck. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Not in the sequence, and let me remind you of the hand I'm talking about, folks. This is the, where is it? There it is. Yep. This is where we preempted and they bid 3 no trump. That suit is so much better, even with only 6 cards, than this suit is right here. Right? This is just classic ugliness because there's no other trick-taking potential outside of the queen and just the length in general. Plus, we're vulnerable. If you preempted this hand, folks, you need to reassess your range for this situation. Even non-vulnerable, I would be out of here, especially at the 3 level. If I would give anybody any sort of credit here, if it wasn't vulnerable, it would be the people that might bid 2 hearts with this hand, right? But I still hate that here. It's just too risky, and it's just too bad. You don't want your partner to expect this, so let's pass. And now we can double this, right? There we go. But look at that. If we double it, we're showing some values and rebiddable good hearts. We don't necessarily want to show that either. So we're not even going to show it here, folks. And that is done. And let's take a look. They're playing 4 spades, and let's just try to recognize what happened. This player just looks like North here, the dummy now, had a game forcing hand with some spades, right? They had a good raise of this suit that was just more than they had. The 2 no trump bid by West showed a stopper in hearts. That's good to know because the dummy's void in hearts. Interesting. So that's a little wasted value for them. We like that. And dummy is only a 10 count. Really interesting. So dummy's 10 high card points. We have 5. That's 15. Left-hand opponent didn't necessarily show a ton of extra values over here. So partner could have some stuff over there. Good spade lead by partner, it looks like in hindsight. The hearts look like they're ruffable. And it does appear that left-hand opponent only had 4 spades. And how do I know that, folks? That was the second round of trump, and everybody followed, right? So I had 3. That means left-hand opponent definitely had 4. Righty had 4. My partner showed 2. We have the whole suit counted. And when they're running that suit, folks, this always suggests they have... Or excuse me, when they're drawing trump, it suggests they have a long-running suit on the side, and I think we're about to find it. Here comes just a bunch of clubs, I'm guessing. Or maybe, ooh, okay, we'll slide a diamond in there. I don't want to lead a heart because I don't want to give Declare a finesse they can never take themselves. This should be a roughing finesse, so I'm exiting a club just because I have no other choice, basically. And, ooh, look at partner go. Let's dance. And Declare has 1 spade left, I believe, but diamond winners and the rest of the tricks. There we go. All right. I think that's the best we can do. I think that was a really nice job of evaluating hands by the opponents here with these north-south cards. And let me just jump us over to the results screen. And here's what we're talking about. This player opens a... Let's see here. Yeah, it goes 1 club here. 1 diamond, and then when this player bids 1 spade, North kind of knows with their void, that's really good for us, right? I have a fit, I have a void in a suit that hasn't been mentioned yet, and I, think that we have game, right? So this is not a straight high card point raise here. This is just a game forcing bid, and then they show spades later. They could also jump to 4 spades. But I think they were kind of getting a double dip here. They get to find out if partner has a stopper in hearts. If they didn't have a stopper in hearts, maybe North makes a slam try with this hand because notice the relevance of that. If South denies any stopper, it means they have nothing wasted in hearts, which means all their high card points are here and here. Wow. right? Interesting choice. All right, pretty good hand to start with, even though we didn't have much on this one. Let's see board number 8. And here it comes. And okay, third seat. This is your hand. What did you do at the table if you were sitting east? I'm telling you what I'm going to do. 100% of the time, all day, every day, in third chair, I open a spade, right? I open light in third seat. That's okay. A 9 count, that's one of the best 9 counts I've ever seen in third seat. I would open less of a 9 count in third seat with this sort of shape, especially when I have the spade suit. My whole job is to preempt the opponents. I get to do it at the 1 level here. This is why we play Drury, right? We play Drury for hands like this, so we can have the flexibility to open it, and no partner's not going to go buck wild over there with a 10 count and 3 card support. They're just going to bid 2 clubs, and we're going to stay at the 2 level where it's safe for our hands, right? So here, notice the opponent's bid a game in our face after we open light. Fine, we expect this. I don't mind a spade lead here. Nice. Okay, partner led a low spade. I hope they have some. It looks like they might because dummy is void. Dummy has a source of tricks in clubs. We have a nice little source of tricks in diamonds. And the heart suit is anyone's guess. Interesting. I'm tempted to switch to a heart, to be honest, only because I don't know. I would hate to declare a finesse in spades, but honestly, my partner rates to have a spade over here as well. They raised, so maybe we're just leading through some of declared strength. Whatever. I'm going to lead a spade. I think I was always leading a spade. I was looking for a reason not to, and yeah, I didn't talk myself into anything else. Now comes pitch down here. What do we do? I'm going to pitch 1 diamond. I probably should pitch the 9, but I don't expect my partner is signaling ever, so or watching my own. Oh, good. Jack of spades. That means that lefty has the queen. Yeah. So lefty just ducked there, right? Lefty had queen 4th or king queen 4th of spades. So now it's going to go clubby, and then heart back to their hand, probably in a spade. Too bad. Making 4. All right. I don't really see a ton of stuff here. They have 6 rippers right off the bat, but then when they knock out the king of hearts, there's 8. And They have the spade right off the bat as well. Right, when we hop ace of spades, we give them 2 spades. Now they have 2 hearts. Once the ace of hearts is out, that's 4. 5 clubs is 9, and the ace of diamonds is 10. That's pretty good stuff by the robots, and it's pretty straightforward play if you played this at the club or in the YouTube channel there. East is just going to play third hand high, right? And it's just too juicy of a spot. We have no idea that lefty has 5 spades. What if lefty has like king 4th or something, or queen 4th, even better? Now we'll get a couple of passes through that situation, and maybe we just take more tricks that way. But as it turns out, the hopping up with the ace gave them some tricks, and now they get in, and they are in. Okay, not weird play by playing low to the jack. You'd think they would just cash king first to see what it was doing. But also, once they, there it is, folks. There's them knocking out their last trick. Kind of the same thing we did when we were playing no trump. Count your winners. Can I safely create more? Yeah, let's bang out that ace of hearts. Worst case scenario is, nothing. We just create more tricks for ourselves. We're stopping everything else. Very safe, and well done by Mr. and Mr. Robot, or Mr. and Mrs., or I'm not sure where they're going. Okay, let's jump over to board 9. Last chance for us in the east chair, and a nice reasonable 12 count with a 5-card diamond suit. Boom, boom. 1 diamond, 1 no trump, 2 no trump. Not enough, even with 12. Give me something that equates to 14, and I'll bet a game. Easy lead from them. We love that. Free finesse. Count your winners, folks. What are you looking at on this one? You should count 6. Why is it 6? Because we have 4 spade tricks, folks. We have 4 spade tricks because we are guaranteed to either get the 10 now, or the 10 will now be our 4th spade trick. So well done, us. 4 spades on the menu now. And the question is, where are we going to get extra tricks? And is it safe to get extra tricks? And the answer is diamonds, and heck yeah, it's pretty safe to get extra tricks at this point. We're going to try to get them as safely as possible. And what I mean by that is I'm going to not open up any other suits if I can avoid it. And here, I'm safe in spades. I now know spades are no worse than 4-2 after I play 2 rounds. So now I can play a spade to the ace, And here I could cash a spade. It's not really doing me any good over there. Or I can wait till I'm over here with the ace of hearts to cash the spade. I'll cash it now. And the reason, this is another side reason to do that. We get to see them pitch a diamond over there. That's pretty awesome. The reason I'm getting over to that side of the dummy, I want to get there at least, or I want to be there twice if necessary, because I may have to lead diamonds toward this hand twice, especially if it goes king and I win, right? However, now I have more information. Righty pitched the 10 of diamonds, so we started with 8. That was 9. This is jack deuce. That's 10, 11. So there's 2 diamonds left, and the 10 is gone. So do I need to cross to that dummy? Heck no. In fact, I don't want to open up the heart suit. Maybe I'll convince them not to lead a club here if I do it this way. Yeah, nice. And now we'll just stay nice and hidden at this point. We'll pitch clubs over there. We'll hope they pitch hearts and just go bad here. And for us, I'm not even looking for anything, right? I'm just going to play king of hearts heart and see if the 7 of hearts is good. Or if for some ridiculous reason I see the ace or king of clubs gets played, I will know one of those club honors is good as well. But neither's happening here. And I've taken very little brain power to just take a whole bunch of tricks. And that's just knowing where to be and also watching those discards, right? Once that diamond gets discarded, it's so easy. And then once the 10 gets played, count them. You don't even need to cross to that dummy to lead another diamond. And then you might be surprised in that when you're running those tricks, they might get a lot of those things wrong, especially hearts. You may see lefty just pitch down to hearts and righty on guard them for some reason. And now I've seen the robot do that so many times. They just give you a little bit of trickage at the end because they're not sure what to pitch. More frequently when you open like a no trump with a singleton, that's usually when they're really getting it wrong. But other times like this, give them a chance. They might not disappoint you. 3 to go, folks, and those will be played from the south chair now. Whoa. My goodness. I love this hand, and I'm just going to bid 4 hearts. I only have 7 hearts, but they're solid. I had an agreement with some partners to play a solid major as 3-no trump. This would be a hand you would consider doing that as well. And here, notice, I bought a void from partner. Am I upset to be playing hearts, do you think? Is this a disaster for me, folks? Of course not. I have a solid heart suit, right? So don't complicate your lives. And now we're getting the ace of clubs lead. We love this. We may lose 3 tricks on this one for all we know. Unlikely, to be fair, considering we have a couple entries to that hand, and that diamond suit could produce a lot of extra tricks. There were 7 there. Here I have 1 in my hand, so there were 8 to start with. And yeah, okay, I'll take some trump drawn. Let's go. 7, 8, 9. Ooh, that means 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, we can still draw trump. See, we're getting maybe the worst break possible, and we're still just no sweat going to draw 5 rounds of trump and have a bunch of ammunition left over there on that side of the dummy, right? So this is not a problem for us at all. Here's this 3rd round. Here is a 4th round. And now we're going to start being a little bit more careful about our discards. I'm going to pitch a club now. I'm pitching a club because, I just kind of want to test out everything I can first before I do anything. I'm going to cash the king of clubs. Oh, what am I doing here? No, I'm good. I'm going to cash the king of clubs. I'm going to cash the ace of spades. And I'm going to play the queen of diamonds and just rough it, right? So now I have a pretty clear show-up squeeze here. I'm going to play the 9 of hearts. If I don't see the diamond, right, because I know righty's void, I'm just going to pitch that. And now I'm just going to take a spade finesse if I need to. I happen to know that West now has the diamond there. So the queen of spades is to my right. So I just hop king. And if they pitch to singleton, I'm getting it. And if not, they're always entitled to that queen. So there we go, folks. That's what happens when you pay attention to those cards out there. I hope I didn't miss anything and you guys are going, yeah, but you forgot this earlier. This one's very, very straightforward, though. The auction and the play. We try to get maximum trickage on this one, right? And maximum trickage is hoping we can set up diamonds for pitches. We have 1, 2, 3 entries, so maybe we did have a chance if the trumps didn't break as badly. But unfortunately, we had to draw 5 rounds of trumps, so we only had 2 roughs and diamonds. We had to actually rough 3 rounds of diamonds to be successful, unfortunately, here, right? Because we lose to the ace, and we have to cross to the king of clubs, rough a diamond, cross to the king of spades, rough a diamond, and now we have gotten rid of this many. And now we have to cross one more time and rough a diamond with no heart. So if hearts broke evenly, we may have given that a shot. But as it turns out, nothing was going to help us on this one. This should just be 10 in the bank on any normal choice of leads. And there we see it. Very nice. Simple, right? Don't bid 3 hearts. You have 7 solid, right? This is too good for 3 hearts. Either open 1 or do what I did and just bid 4 hearts. I'm not worried about missing slams usually when this happens. So if that's a question, don't worry about it. All right, 2 to go. Penultimate board. Interesting. In a robot tournament, I would open this in no trump, folks. In a normal school world, I would always open a diamond. And then I would bid a spade. I wouldn't bid a no trump here just because I'm not totally balanced, right? And now what's 3 diamonds here? Invitational jump raise. Well, guess what? I have 14 points. I have a stopper, really good stopper in clubs. I'm happy to bid 3 no trump now. Notice the difference. When partner was inviting earlier with these hands and we had 12 points, or for our no trump ranges we had 15 on the lower end, we're not thinking about accepting. Here, I have a maximum, especially considering I opened 1 and just made a 1-level rebid. I mean, I could have up to 17, but if I rebid a no trump here, I would be 12 to 14. I'm right at the tippy top of that. And notice in a 3 no trump contract, not the best shape from partner, but count your winners. How are we doing so far? Well, we have 4 clubs. That should be step 1. And that's it. That's it so far. We have chances for extra tricks, but we're really in danger in 1 suit, and it's spades. So if we take 4 clubs, which we know we're going to, we know we're only destined to take 3 diamonds. That's 7. We're going to have to take some heart tricks as well. So first things first, I'm going to play low to get at that free finesse in. And now I'm going to put the 10 of hearts on the table. And I'm going to play a 10 to the king. I know I can play low to the 9 later if I need to. And now I'm going to start hopefully developing diamond tricks. Ooh, we love when lefty wins that because they can't kill us in spades. So now I'm going to play king of clubs. I still have communication to both sides of the board. In diamonds here, I could cash the queen of clubs just to unblock. But I don't think I'm necessarily going to have to do that. And now comes the question is, do we play low to the queen or low to the 9? I'm going to play the queen and hope that they had the ace and they're ducking it twice, and that is very nice. And now I'm going to take my 9 tricks and win. And that's, at this moment, folks, I have to recognize that I have taken 4 tricks so far. And let's just step back into that exercise we talked about earlier in the set. I took 4 tricks. Where am I at now? What's my total winner count at this point? Well, I have 3 diamonds, that's 7, and 2 clubs, that's 9. I'm scared to death in hearts, and I'm also just terrified in spades. I have a little bit of a free roll here, though, I think. I know lefty has the ace of hearts. Yeah, no, I certainly have a free roll here. So we're going to free roll this. Do I need to cash first? So if I play a heart, and let's talk about it. I'm kind of excited now. We've lost 1 trick, and we're only going to take 9, so we can afford to lose 3 more and still be in like square, back to where we are now, if we just run our tricks. I happen to know lefty does have the ace of hearts, right? So if they have ace jack of hearts and I lead a heart, they can take the jack of hearts, they can take the ace of hearts, and the worst thing they can do now is cash the ace of spades, and I'm still making 3 because they just have all those winners still. Now, though, if they're 3-3 and it goes heart, jack, lefty has to take the ace. And now the best they can do is win their spade. And if they don't, I have the rest because the hearts are good. And this is no risk, basically, because I know lefty has the ace of hearts. So, oh, yeah, let's dance. Are they going to figure it out? They did figure it out. Good for them, right? But now, I mean, I can even pitch a club. Right? Those hearts are good. It doesn't matter. So it looks like I might be compressing a trick, but in fact, I went from 9 and I had a perfectly 0 risk way to get to 10, and I took it. Right? So that was a fun one, right? And that is a really interesting one to play based on the way the robot defended it. I would say if this was a normal auction, we would have had somewhat of a different auction. That's weird. North has a tough hand. I'm not sure you guys would have even played game on this one. After it goes, if we don't open a no trump with the south hand, which we shouldn't, and it goes a diamond by us, partner bids a heart. Whether we bid a spade or a no trump, I mean, really, they did a really nice job of inviting because they have a void and they have a diamond fit. So here we get to a weird 3-0 with only this many points. But the way it played, and to be fair, the way the cards were stacked really favorably for us were wins all around, and the club lead was a bonus as well, right? So I hope you understand, or at the end of that, if you didn't get that right away, go back and replay that. That's an interesting spot, and it just shows you the same process happens on every no trump contract, right? Are you there yet? And can we take the sidebar? Is it safe, right? Are we gonna take less tricks by taking this sidebar potentially, or are we safe to take it and go mining for that extra trick? And in either of those, the worst case we were going to do is get back to where we were with 9 tricks. Good one on number 11. Let's see the ultimate board. Number 12, folks. Here it is. 1 spade, 2 diamonds by partner. Pass to you. Wow. What do you do here? I want you to recognize that you really can't bid 2 hearts as much as you want to, because it's going to show too good of a hand. You do have a fit for diamonds, though. So, okay. I don't know. I might bid 2 hearts now. It's only going to be like 9+ for the robot, and I think I'm about there because of my diamond fit. My other choice is to raise diamonds, which I would consider as well. I think either is fine. I would want to have a better hand usually to bid 2 hearts, but in a robot sense, when I have this robot over here, I have a chance that I can just show hearts and then back into diamonds possibly. So I'm going to give that a shot. And wow, we backed into a 4-heart game. I hope I didn't excite partner too much, but that spade singleton's looking awfully good right now. Okay, partner bid a lot, but I guess we showed a lot as well. So our stretch might have... our stretch is looking like it's working out, but maybe we're getting a little lucky, right? Maybe 3 diamonds is a little better of a sell for this one, but we'll take this lead for sure. And now we're going to have to be a little careful. Here we go, yeah. Good job by the robot getting off to a heart switch, because they know it looks like we're going to want to be roughing some of those clubs over there, which is true for sure. But I also have a different way to get rid of clubs, and that's in diamonds. The real problem with diamonds, though, is I might not be able to get there if diamonds aren't breaking somewhat evenly. So right now, I'm actually going to win this. I'm going to win this over there. Why not? It's not going to matter because I'm now going to play a low diamond. I'm hoping lefty has the ace. There we go. Win it quickly. And they know they have to cash out now because those diamonds are goody-goody. And here comes a club. Now we'll hope hearts are breaking, and if they're not, we'll rough a spade back to our hand. They're breaking, so I can claim now, folks. I want you to notice my plan here. I have to draw one more round of trump. In fact, why don't I just play it out? It's the last board. And now I just smother that jack of diamonds. I could lead low to the jack as well and then back over there, but at this point, it's just diamond, diamond, diamond. I also have a good king of spades because the robot quite correctly noticed to cash out once we set up diamonds. And now there's our plus 620. Entry problems once they lead hearts, and also entry problems on this hand if you end up getting a terrible heartbreak, right? If hearts are 4-1 and they duck twice in diamonds, you might not really realize all your diamond tricks. So it's okay to try to play that suit early, but not too many times, right? You can't, if you played it once, let's say, and they ducked it, now you would kind of have to draw trump and hope they hopped up with the next one, because you're in a spot where now they get to rough it, right? They can automatically rough once they win the ace of diamonds, no matter how the suit's breaking. All right, so plus 620 on this one. And let me just show you the scorecard, folks. Here it is. So let me start with board 1. Looks like 4 hearts in the east made 5, and then 3 diamonds in the east down 2. This is that one where, we could have let them play 2 hearts in the north-south as well. I was interested about this score. Number 3 was 2 hearts in the north, making 3. 4, 3 no trump in the east, making 5. 2 spades in the east on number 5, making 3, and then 2 no trump by us, making 3 on that one board there. And then 7, 8, and 9, 4 spades by the south, making 4, 3 no by the south, making 4, and then 2 no by us, making 4 in the east chair. And then we played south on the last 3 boards, and that looked like a total south show, actually. We played all 3 contracts, and that was 4 hearts on board 10, 3 no trump on board 11, and 4 hearts on board 12. And those are all the results that I got to see with the robots. I hope you got to see some of these and some other fun ones during this game. And don't forget, if you're watching this every Friday afternoon, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, you can play live in this game. You do not have to sign up in advance. You don't have to pay for it. You just show up on BridgeBase around that time, go to competitive all tournaments or competitive free tournaments, and either play with a partner, find a new partner at the partnership desk, or hire a robot for like a quarter or something, or 40 cents, and play a nice 12-board tournament with the robot, as I do in this analysis video every weekend. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you learned a lot, and you will return with your friends and your other competitors and play in that YouTube duplicate every week, folks. I'll see you next Friday. Take care.